All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is 8.3, writing two-step equations. This is actually a pretty easy section. As long as you know how to solve equations from 8.2, all you have to learn today is how to write them. And it's really just learning about how to translate the equations, how to read the numbers. Most of them are pretty straightforward. When we get into trouble is when we have the words less than and simple mistakes that people make. So let's just start using common sense, working through some of these. I have a little bit of a lag here on what I'm doing, so I apologize for that. All right, so here we go. We're going to work on this first one. 8 less than 3 times a number is 23. The first word that you need to pay attention to is this word is, because that's going to be your railroad track, and that's going to separate your problem. So I know that whatever this is, it equals 23. Is stands for equal. I know that I have 3 times a number, and so how do I show that? I don't know what the number is, so I'm just going to go 3x. 3 times x is 3 times a number. Now here's where the trick comes in. In this particular problem, I want to know 8 less than that number. Well, in order to take 8 less than a number, first I need to know what the number is. Then I can take away 8. I can find 8 less than that. If you made the mistake and you paused this and the first thing you did was 8 minus 3x, this would be 3x less than 8. So be very careful. This is the one term or phrase that kids always get wrong. Think about this. If I was to ask you 8 less than your age. If I came out and asked you that first, what is 8 less than your age? You would all get it right. Because what would you do? You would start with your age and subtract 8 from it. So just like this, 3 times a number is, let's say, similar to your age. Start with that and then subtract 8. All right, 13 is 7 more than twice a number. Again, I have this fancy word is right here, so I'm going to set it to equal. 13, I'm going to write as a number. 13 equals 7 more than twice a number. So I'm going to take 7 more than something. More than tells me I'm going to add. I'm going to add 7. What am I going to add it to? Twice a number. What number am I talking about? Don't know. Could be anything. But twice that is times 2. So let's take 2 times a. 2, twice a number. 2 times a. 7 more than that. Add 7. And that's it. That would be it. For some of these, you would also have to solve it. But some of them might just say write. Some of them might say solve. Okay, let's go to the next one, slowly scrolling on the screen here. If 10 is increased by the quotient of a number and 6, the result is 5. Now I have two different is's here, so I need to pay attention to what's going on. So when I look here, I first see result is 5. Well, result is an answer. So in my mind, that's the one that gets the equal sign. And then I have to read the rest here. 10 is increased by, so 10 is going to be increased. It's going to be added on. Something's going to be added on to it. A quotient. That's one of the vocabulary words that we learned at the beginning of the year. You have to know that quotient means division. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. So I need to divide something. And what am I dividing? A number and 6. What number? Doesn't matter. Let's pick R. R divided by 6. So let's see if this makes sense. 10 is going to be increased by, 10 is going to be increased by the quotient, answer to a division problem, of a number and 6, and the result is 5. Yep. All that works out, so we're good to go. Okay. Oh, this looks like a long one. A little bit too far. In football, a touchdown with an extra point is worth 7 points, and a field goal is worth 3 points. The winning team scored 27 points. The score consisted of 2 field goals, and the rest were touchdowns with extra points. Write and solve an equation to determine how many touchdowns the winning team scored. Well, first of all, I know that their final score equals 27, because that was their final score. So my final needs to equal 27. What else do I know about this? I know that a touchdown with an extra point is 7, and a field goal is worth 3. I know that there were 2 field goals. So 2 field goals plus touchdown equals 27. I know that a field goal is 3 points, so 2 times 3 plus the touchdowns equal 27. And I know that this would be 6 plus the touchdowns equals 27. And I know my touchdowns are 7, but I don't know how many there are. So I know 6 plus 7 points per touchdown equals 27. And now I have an equation that I can solve. This is a fairly easy lesson if you just slow down and make sure you write all your work and go back and read and reread. Good luck, and I'll see you in class tomorrow.